Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Have a lot of information tonight I'd like to share on Ripple. And let's get right into the on-campus Australian National University democratizing legal disputes with blockchain. I'm going to actually play the video instead of getting into the article. Give us one moment.
I'm Scott Chamberlain. I work at the ANU School of Law, about to be appointed inaugural entrepreneurial fellow of the law school. The kind of project that I run is what I call Lex Automagica, which is the tech stack that will automate our legal processes and run our society like clockwork. And so that's the topic of my research. It's the topic of the two new courses that I've had approved as part of the master's program at the School of Law. Law's not complicated at a certain level, right? It deals with who are the legal identities that the law recognises, what are the legal things that the law recognises existing, what's the relationship between people and the things, and there's a dispute resolution at the heart of it. When you look at the blockchain smart contract space, there's projects doing all of those things. There are identity projects, there are tokenization projects, there are smart contract projects, and there are dispute resolution projects. What we're doing is saying all of this can be brought together in order to make an enormous number of problems go away. The significant thing that blockchain potentially provides in our space is that capacity to circumvent middlemen and to decrease the power of gatekeepers. So law is full of middlemen and gatekeepers, all of whom have positions of power and are increasingly wealthy. If we can make it work, we get this fantastic system that you can plug into. You know, contracting already is decentralized, right? You can go out and contract with whoever you want, and you've got a document, and you don't need anyone's approval to do it. The dispute resolution process, the court system, though, is a little bit problematic. So if we'd have decentralized platforms that automate all of that. That's really exciting. There's lots of cases where you can't help the client because you're too expensive for the client, for the problem the client has. You can't solve it for them at the price point they need. So it's about differentiating types of legal problems and providing you with a solution that's appropriate for the scale of your problem. eBay is a platform for buying and selling goods of low value globally. It's got consistent and reasonably fair terms and conditions that everyone signs onto as between buyer and seller. It's got an automated dispute resolution system in the middle of it that settled as much as 60 million disputes globally in 2014, so it's an enormous scale. And it's got a piece of insurance that protects you against fraud if at the end of the day you've had a really bad experience. If you had to use your local court system in order to resolve disputes on the eBay platform, you'd stop using it. It would your trust in the system would dwindle away. And so what we're imagining is imagine eBay but without eBay in the middle of it. If that was how you bought and sold all of your consumer goods from all of your consumer retailers, then I've got a dispute resolution system that works really well, that isn't as clunky as the court system. I've got a piece of insurance that's automated and protects me against fraud. And now I don't need enormous chunks of my consumer law.
All right, more and more use case and adoption is coming up from Ripple. This is getting very exciting. Next article, the Xpring adopts Interledger Stream to ease payment integration for developers. The launch of Xpring, a platform centered on reducing the hardship of developers that are working on XRP-centric projects, has again birthed another development. This time, Xpring announced it has integrated the Interledger Stream. This comes barely 4 months after the launch of Spring.io, a dedicated site for developers which eases the integration of wallet among other things on the app, dedicated to increasing the wide use of XRP. Xpring Wallet, an integral part of the developer's platform, now supports Interledger Protocol Stream, the ILP stream. Stream allows developers to easily integrate streaming payments into their apps with the use of testnet XRP, the faux money, thereby allowing them to participate in the streaming economy. Stream expanded as the streaming transport for the real-time exchange of assets and messages is a standard protocol for ILP. It removes the hardship involved in developing ILP apps by splitting payments into packets. The protocol resembles the TCP for the internet, and not long ago, Xpring.io introduced the Rust and Ruby variants among the languages supported by Xpring SDK, which includes JavaScript, Java, Swift, Python, and Go. Xpring, the investment arm of Ripple, is behind these valuable integrations. The section has invested in different firms in the last few years. Also, too, we have Ripple Teases XRP-Based next generation trading platform. And it's a new job posting by Ripple suggests that a new trading platform on the XRPL will be launched soon. This could make it possible to launch digital assets on the XRPL. Ripple provides corporate payment solutions that enable transactions to be processed across borders at low cost and in near real time. Last year, Ripple commercially released ODL, formerly known as XRapid, and has since attracted well-known partners like MoneyGram to use ODL, their on-demand liquidity. A new job posting now suggests that Ripple is working on the development of a new trading platform based on the XRPL that uses ODL. A lot of new people in this space now. Tonight, we're basically a little focused on, or I should say directly focused on Ripple, which their currency that they help guide and promote with their product line to use is XRP. So you have Ripple and XRP. Amazing product. I believe it will be extremely high value over the next 1 to 5 years. I know that we speak a lot here on this channel of the 4-year bull run cycle. The next one due in 2021, then the following at full maturity of the entire crypto industry at 2025. But the reason we say this year, and we spent a lot of time discussing that on recent videos, is because of the global liquidity challenge and crisis that we are having. The number one thing with Ripple, or I should say XRP, is the ODL for on-demand liquidity. So for banks that are having problems with their liquidity and they want to release that 26 trillion in nostro vostro, then you have the on-demand liquidity, so they no longer have to hold that nostro vostro, and they can release those funds, which can create again more liquidity. I know we meaning the world, is getting away from a lot of the fiat and the paper money. Current issue at hand now is because of germs, bacteria, viruses, etc. They eliminate the spreading in a cashless society. So as we move forward towards this even more sped up and quickly now, because of the crises we are facing, it will be much easier for them to implement the on-demand liquidity and all of the cashless society with the global currency being the digital assets. And XRP is designed to do such an amazing, massive thing with its technology. So getting back into the article, I wanted to share that with the new people so they understand how amazing these few articles are that we're discussing tonight, and how major impact it's going to have on their investment into XRP, showing that it is here to stay, it is a big deal, and it is growing quickly with use case and utility globally. Okay, back into the article. Ripple works on next generation trading platform, and a new job offer from Ripple is currently causing a stir in the community on the Greenhouse.io job platform. Ripple is looking for an engineer manager for on-demand liquidity, who, as a system architect with Link ODL and a new trading platform, the job description says, we're looking for an engineering manager to lead and shape the team responsible for the ODL customer experience, integration into our next generation trading platform and be a critical part of defining the future trajectory of on-demand liquidity and RippleNet. The manager will work at Ripple's San Francisco headquarters, coordinating and overseeing the entire code architecture, design, and all relevant stakeholders. So far, no further details are known about how the trading platform will interact with ODL or what the concrete implementation plan will look like. ODL acts as a bridge currency, making the use of Nostro accounts for pre-financing completely unnecessary. ODL provides immediate liquidity so that transfers to any destination in the world can be executed quickly and cheaply. The best known Ripple partner for using ODL is MoneyGram. The company processes more than 10% of its total transaction volume between the USA and Mexico by using ODL. ODL is XRP for the new people. It has been rebranded from XRP to ODL, but that is what it's describing. When you hear ODL, it just means in referencing XRP. It's just the new brand for the banking terminology to be more acceptable and readily usable, as there's still the stigma from all of the cryptocurrency that happened with the old Silk Road. If you're not familiar with that, feel free to check that out. MoneyGram CEO Alexander Holmes is enthusiastic about ODL and describes how the switch to ODL has resulted in major cost and time savings. What I love about ODL is that we're completely at the forefront of this technology. We're able to settle billions of dollars in seconds, and the magic really comes from pairing MoneyGram transactions with Ripple's ODL. Ripple is showing innovation, and David Schwartz recently revealed in an episode of Ripple Drop that Ripple is working on a feature that will allow companies to issue assets on the XRPL that are tied to an external value of another asset or currency. This would make it possible to issue stablecoins or other cryptocurrencies based on the XRPL without further problems. Xpring is also working on improving the interoperability between XRP and ETH based on the Interledger protocol ILP. Ripple developer Warren Paul Anderson describes how it is important to build the bridge between XRP and Ethereum and ERC20 tokens, as XRP has no function to execute smart contracts for use in the rapidly growing decentralized finance DeFi market. And that is something we stated as soon as we had shared that they were working together, as Stellar has its own smart contracts built in with also its exchange, its currency exchange, just like Ripple. But again, it has its own smart contracts built into its system. And that's why when we first heard that Ripple was going to be at the Ethereum little conference thing that they just recently had, and they were partnering together, that's why we explained before it was stated into the news that they were going to use them for smart contracts, as that's Ethereum's major play right there. When a lot of people were saying that Ethereum was struggling and that Ripple was going to jump in and save them, we kind of understood that it was a two-way street, that Ethereum was going to also help save them with their smart contracts, and it would be a win-win for both of them. It was great to see in this article that it was like further reassurance and proof of what we had stated on this channel, as we do a great deal of research. I want to finish this video with a final thought. Follow your dreams, believe in yourself, and don't give up. Again, guys, this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. Much love to all of you, and we'll catch you in the next one.